So you hear this bullshit of somebody cloud jacked all these celebrity naked pictures?
No way.
Yeah.
See, that's why you never put anything on the cloud. That's why people were like, oh, this cloud is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, but I'm like, what you're doing is you're voluntarily uploading all your information to a third-party site that anybody can hack. Basically, what it was the CIA and NSA was like, hey, how can we get people to voluntarily tell us everything? Oh, we're going to create Facebook and the cloud.
Oh, and the funny part is, though, that they're freaked out on how this could happen, but this is the best part of it. Your girl is in here, too.
Well, my girl.
Kirsten Dunst.
She's got nudes.
Yep.
Nice.
The big ones they're going after right now that are actually they vowed to prosecute the privacy violators. Cybersecurity experts said hackers may have accessed the images by exploiting weaknesses in an online image storing platform. And the people that are actually going after this, and I don't know all these people, but Jennifer Lawrence, whoever that is, Ariana,
star of the Hunger Games.
Oh, really? She's got neckeds, huh?
I know Sam's doing after her.
Yeah, no doubt. Ariana Grande. I don't know if it's Grande. She just has an E at the end of Grand, so I gotta say it like that.
Sure, I'm going with Grande.
Kate Upton, who hasn't seen her naked.
No, I want to see her naked more often.
Me too. And this one's just fucking hilarious. Kim Kardashian.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Go blow yourself, you fucking piece of shit. You're not even a celebrity, but you are a celebrity.
She's a celebrity because she had sex on tape.
Yeah.
So how is it a tragedy that she got...
This is your stardom, you dumb cunt.
Yeah, this is the sequel.
Yep.
To your beginning.
Rihanna's in it, Kirsten Dunst, and Selena Gomez. I don't know who the fuck Selena Gomez is, but I actually do. I've heard her name so many times. Like, they've used her in a lot of different skits.
Okay.
Like, Tosh.0, I've known her. She's been mentioned in his show a couple of times.
Oh, that's the one guy that made that creepy video where he's like, oh, Selena Gomez, you came into my life.
Exactly.
And this was like years ago when she must have been damn near underage, if not underage.
I don't know how old she is, but I would assume that she's pretty young since she, just came on the scene.
She's like a Disney star.
Out of the people that were mentioned in that, I know of her more than
the Grande.
Yeah, like I don't know who Grande is. I know who Rihanna is just because of the Bobby Brown incident. Slap.
Bobby Brown.
Yeah, it's not Bobby Brown. I just say that because that's a more recognizable figure for people our age. It's Chris Brown, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's Chris fucking Brown. What the fuck is up with Browns and beating Pitt? No, I'm not going to say anything else on that one.
You bit your tongue pretty hard on that.
Don't send any letters in.
I thought you were going to go Ike and Tina at first.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a little dated of a reference, I believe.
Yeah, that's the generation past. Ours was Bobby Brown, and the next one's going to be the Chris Brown.
Chris Brown and Rihanna. Poor people.
That is just hilarious that I actually did the Bobby Brown, not even thinking that the douchebag's name is Brown, too. Oh, that's how much I get into pop culture.
I can tell.
And I, to be honest with you, I couldn't close my eyes and actually picture what Kim Kardashian looks like.
Naked?
Clothed, naked, either or. All I know is the comical standpoint of she got a big ol' ass.
Yeah.
Other than that, I really don't know what the fuck she actually looks like because, like I said, she's like a fictitious celebrity.
So you just see her in print only?
Who?
Kim Kardashian. You just hear her name and see
either that or
print.
just in reference jokes like in sitcoms or stand-up, that kind of shit. But I don't really follow anything she's done. Has she done anything?
Well, she has a TV show, I believe.
Other than be like the kid of somebody who's mildly famous?
Yeah, I think she just
the stepdaughter of a
She's a brand. She's not a person.
She's a brand. So this goes back to our talk the last episode about she's her own company.
Exactly. It's not so much her herself anymore. Dude, I actually just heard in the news that she has an app.
It's like a clothing app type deal.
Millions.
You know, the funniest part about it is the end part, or the end of the entire thing, like how you beat the game. is at the very end, she asks you for something for her. Because I think it's like a clothing design app.
Oh, I have no idea.
And so then you're supposed to make an outfit for her. And if she likes it, you give it to her for free.
And then you're part of the A crowd?
Yeah. I'm not giving you any shit on this one. I actually read something about it that's the end of the game, is you giving her an outfit for free. Because at the end, when she asks, how much do I owe you? The only option that you have is, take it, it's yours.
Her ego is built into that game. But hey, she's victorious. We're even talking about her, and we don't know shit about her. So the devil,
that is true.
The devil has won.
I know I know of a lot of those people.
Well,
though.
it's hard not to.
Yeah. Because, I mean, there's Paris Hilton.
Yeah.
She's another one of them. And she's even been resurrected in a Hardee's commercial, of all things. But it's just one of those things where you like, the only way that you can get rid of them is by bringing them out.
Yeah.
It's almost like the devil. Everybody knows it's there, and you can't really see it until you do see it, and then you're just like, God damn it, why didn't we get rid of that years ago? We all knew it was sitting there.
Yeah, we should have just thrown it away.
Now it's a problem again.
Exactly. Now there's mice, built a nest in it. And I have fucking issues.
Yep. Somebody woke it up now.
Yep. Son of a bitch.
And the worst part about it is she's relatively young, so we're going to have to put up with this for the rest of our fucking lives unless we move to a different country.
I just hope the next time she's in the news is it's when she dies. Not saying I want it to be like tomorrow. I'm just saying like I don't have to hear from her for the next 70, 80 years. Let her have a long life. The next thing I want to hear about her in the news is that she has died.
I love how you just bit your tongue on that one pretty quick. Like I love how you double back on it. Like
I didn't double back.
No, I don't mean no ill will.
No, yeah. I don't mean anybody any ill will. I'm just saying I don't want to hear about you till you die.
That is true.
It could be tomorrow. It could be 100 years from now. Preferably, for your sake, 100, you live long. As long as I don't have to hear about you, you can live as long as you want.
As long as I don't have to watch another really bad sex tape. Yeah. That is one sex tape that I did watch. And I will honestly say, I don't know why anybody would ever have sex with her after watching that.
Yeah, she seems like a terrible lady.
She actually says at one point, I'm hot.
I'm hot.
At that point, I was just like, whoa. You're laying on your back, doing nothing.
Yeah, is that where she got her catchphrase?
Probably, I don't know. She used it. That's the funny part. In a sex tape, you used your catchphrase. Are you kidding me?
I would.
That's how fucking... Well, that's just because your catchphrase is so you.
That is true.
I don't even know what your catchphrase is.
I don't really have one. Boom goes the dynamite.
Yup, exactly. Claw.
Say mashed potatoes.
Yup, exactly.
Here comes the gravy.
That's Ron Jeremy's. Man.
Hey, I'm co-opting it.
Co-opting. I'm bringing it back.
Yeah. I got greasy curly hair just like him. Dude, my face is so sunburnt from today. Can you tell? It's like really red.
It's reddish.
I spent the day at Canterbury betting on the ponies.
Nice.
And then they had wiener.
Maybe?
No. We won. The horse we picked actually did win.
So you got your money back?
No. Well, on a $2 bet, we got $3.40. But we actually placed a total of 6 because we picked 3 different horses.
And you put, what, $2 on each horse?
Yeah.
You fucking big spender over here.
Dude, you know me, I don't gamble.
Big
But I wanted to try just to be, because I'm like, come on. Bring it on the home stretch. I want to be one of them guys. But it was so funny because the first time we bet, we get the ticket, we turn around, and it goes, number 3, I learned English, is scratched. We're like, damn it, that's the horse we just picked.
Money back over here.
Yep, so then like, we went and got a refund, and then got it right at the last second, and changed it to something else, and then it was like, I can't remember, it was like, live and learn, because she's like, which one should we take next? And I'm like, well... After that first experience, live and learn. So we took,
and then when it fucking fails or loses, you can just be like, well, live and learn.
Exactly, because we had that horse, and it comes out just gunning. The first turn, it's in the lead. I'm like, yes! And Andrea's like, no, that's terrible. I'm like, why? He's winning. Well, there's still all of this track left. I'm like, damn it, he probably is going to hold on. And needless to say, he ends second to fucking last as he was leading the first time. And then we bet on the next race, and the actual horse, one of the horses that we chose, did win. And it was so great because the one horse that we didn't have as a bet was like 5-6 posts or whatever ahead, like on the home stretch, and then our horse Malibu Patrol just comes running out of its skin and buzzes right past him and just beats him like right at the last second. I was just like, yeah, that was awesome. And then Andrea's like, I wish we'd have chose that one. I swear we did. And then she looks at her ticket and she's like, oh, we did choose that one. Yay! And she was all devastated at first, like, I really liked that horse. I don't know why I didn't choose him. And then she looks at it, she's like, oh, we did win. And that's where we won like $3.
It's funny how women do that, because I'm not going to say that's only a woman trait, but it seems to be a lot of women do that kind of stuff, like where they just say something and you go, really? Did you really just say that? I'm going to give you a couple of moments here to see if you got your own mistake now.
Exactly.
Like Leah, the one time, I thought this was the funniest goddamn thing in the world. Well, not right at the time, because I was a little pissed off that it happened. It was my leftovers. I had them in the fridge, and I was just like, oh, I'm going to eat my leftovers. Doing the leftovers dance. It was the shit from the restaurant. So you wait a day, you eat something else, then the next day you're like, fucking right, leftovers. Fucking go in there. They're not there. So I look at Leah, and I was like, what the hell happened, man? Why do you eat my leftovers? And she actually said this. This is the best fucking thing I've ever heard her say, just because it was an instant no-brainer of, what the fuck did you just say? Because she goes, oh, is that yours?
Who the fuck else is what it me? Are one of our 4 children that don't fucking exist?
Exactly. Unless Diego's got some suitor I don't know about.
Taking him home to dinner.
And I haven't gotten a dowry yet. That's all I'm saying. He's my dog, damn it.
Oh, that is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, when she said that,
just kinda like,
when she said that, she goes, what? Because instantly I did the, just the sideways look of, what the fuck? Did you hear yourself when you just said that?
So, yeah, you just ate somebody else's meal that you didn't even know whose it was.
Exactly!
That's even worse than eating your husband's.
I told Charlie he could stay here last night, and he said that was his last meal.
You gotta go buy him some fucking Jimmy John's or something.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. So, the next time that I had any takeout, before I put it in the fridge, I used a magic marker and put "not yours" on the top of it. Figured if I put my name on it might just be confusing.
Sam says eat this.
Yeah, exactly. She didn't get so much of a kick out of it as I did when she was like, what the fuck, man? I was like, yeah, well, that's what you get when you say something like that.
Exactly. Have a whole post at Sam's shelf, like roommate style. Can't be trusted.
Oh, like I said, I wasn't too pissed off about it, because that is kind of the rule at our fridge, is if it's there for more than 24 hours, that's fair game. But it was just one of those things where I was like, I'm going to have it for lunch.
No, you're
that bitch.
No, you're not. Oh, that is hilarious. Yeah, so needless to say, I kind of laughed at her when she did like the, what do you want to say, like super delayed celebration of yay! After we're like, okay.
And so some guy was just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Race has been done for 5 minutes, woman.
Yeah, the only reason we won is because we got free tickets. And the funniest part is she forgot to, the person that we were getting free tickets from, like they didn't have them at will call because they're like part of like her owner's pack thing, because she sponsors the the wiener dog races that they had in between the horse races on the track. And so she has like a booth there where she sells apparel and shit, and she kind of has like a whole circuit that she does throughout the summer of wiener dog races that she puts on.
Yeah.
So we couldn't even so Andrea's freaking out. She's like, oh, she doesn't even have the tickets there. I'm like, let's just walk through the casino, and there's nothing preventing us from just walking into this area where they have you ever been there before? Yeah, where they have the casino off to the side. You don't even have to pay admission.
No.
if you don't want to.
You're an idiot, too.
Exactly. I mean, that's for the nice Minnesotans that, gotta queue up in this line. And
if nothing else, if you really feel that bad about it, put $5 in a slot machine, pull it a couple of times, lose the $5, then walk through.
Exactly. Or bet that money. That's what they want you there for. The mission is for people that are just going to go and watch, not bet.
Exactly.
So if you feel really guilty about not giving them the $8 give it to them in horse race bets.
Yeah.
And then you guys are fucking squaresies.
I don't know why anybody would go and actually, unless you have a kid with you or something, then you're just a horrible human being. I've always felt that way, though. Kids should not, like, when they got those fucking, like, the last time we were up at the casino, we went to this is how fucking stupid we are at a casino. We went to the casino for the buffet, but we got there a little early, and we were both still full from the lunch that we had. So,
nice.
This is when we went up north, and we did some exploring up north and shit like that, and then came back, because it was starting to get dark. And we were just like, alright, well, whatever. We're not hungry right now, so we'll fuck around for a little while. So we went to the arcade for a little while and played a couple of games.
You didn't even gamble.
We
play
did.
some video games.
We did. But, we went and played some skee-ball and some pinball and shit like that and gave our tickets to this little girl. That was kind of funny.
Nice.
I felt like a creeper at first. I was like, hey, little kid, want some tickets?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I actually, Leah thought it was the funniest thing, because when I asked her if she wanted them, and she said, yeah, I actually threw them to her. I was like, I'm not fucking getting an arm length, because I know they've got 20 cameras here.
Yeah,
so
they're going to think you're going to, grab her with one arm, giving her the tickets with the other.
If anybody wants to question it, I'll just be like, nope, I was throwing tickets, look at hands.
Yep. Just
Eye contact broke immediately.
Yep, just like the dealers do, flip them up and down, like, I'm clean, boss.
Yeah, so we left there, and then we came out, we started looking around at all the different slot machines and how fucking fast they flip on different ideas and stuff like that. Like, they had True Blood slot machines.
Oh, yeah.
It was hilarious.
They capitalize on every fad. Let's basically dress, the same machine, give it a couple different graphics, but 90% of the time it's like a new home screen and a new graphic above. The rest is exactly the same as any other game.
Leah actually said, well, why don't we go over to the tables and you can teach me how to play blackjack? And I went, you can't do that at the casino.
No.
She goes, well, why not? And I was like, you can't you can't talk at the table at all. They will not allow you to do that. They'll give you a little cheat sheet card if that's what you want, but you cannot talk or tell somebody else how to do the bets. And I understand why. I mean, that's a huge thing for their liability, that if somebody would actually say, well, this guy was pressuring me into how to bet, I want my money back.
Yeah.
Then you got a whole fucking can of worms on your hands. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I understand why they do it as well. If you're going to bet your money, and then fucking put it out there. Don't let somebody else tell you how to do it.
Yeah.
That way you can't get pissed off at anybody else. You get pissed off at yourself and you leave. So I was just like, you can't do that. Well, we could just find a table that nobody else is at, and I'm pretty sure they wouldn't care. And so we walked over, and I went, what does that say right there? And it actually says, no table coaching. They have a fucking sign right there next to the tables. And what do you got now?
And she's like, oh, sorry.
Well, then she goes, well, then I could just watch you for a little while and then join. I was like, this is not a game that you actually want to put money down on if you're still learning how to play it.
Let's take a Saturday night and play it for a couple hours, having a couple beers, and teach you the ins and outs, and then we'll go and try it on the casino.
And she was even saying it going, well, we could just put $20 down. And I'm like, yeah, $20 that's nothing to lose.
Yeah.
But you don't seem to understand. This is a $5 minimum table.
That's a really short $20.
That's going to be a 5-minute lesson for you.
Yeah.
So...
Pretty much all I'm saying is you don't know what you're talking about and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you really want to spend... you want to spend $200 for lessons per hour? Because that's what we're basically talking about right now. If you don't know how to play blackjack, a casino is not the place to learn.
No.
Fucking download an app, for God's sake. Come on. Do something other than just fucking... Well, I'll just sit here.
Yeah.
Check this over, please.
Yeah. Hit me. Mm-hmm. Shit. And then everybody else on the table is like, shit. You just took the bus card, you stupid bitch.
And the dealer's looking at it just like your husband's gonna do. No.
Whoa! So have you ever seen a wiener dog race?
Yes.
They are some of the funniest things in the world. Andrea actually released her friend's dog at the starting, and they go in the gate with where the horses go, and they just basically let them go. And the best part is the dog that she released just starts going down about quarter way down the track. The dog in lane 4 takes a hard fucking right and just nails it, and they both go tumbling like two things, like ass over tea kettles.
Like two things. Yeah. I like that. Very descriptive. I can picture it right now.
and then the one that Andrew released, the name's Harley. She starts running a little bit and then just beelines it for out of there, and boop, goes down this great thing that they have next to the track where the water runoff is, and she's just done off the track. Fuck you. This is not how we play.
I seen that other dude get run into, man.
Yeah, no, she was the one that got run into.
Oh, okay.
She's the one that got knocked ass over tea kettles twice. Just a huge collision, just a roar from the crowd when it happened. It was so funny. And then they're trying to chase her down, and she was just all dirty, and because she was a white fucking wiener dog. It was so weird. They had side bets going on and shit. But I thought that was the best part, where she just got nailed. This dog, I think, wanted her toy or something, and just bam, took her out Tony Stewart style.
Wanted her toy?
Yeah, because I guess she's because that's what they do is at the end, because they have the toys or treats, whatever, get the dog to go from one end to the other. And then they obviously, before they do it, they entice them with them when they're in the gate. And that other dog was just going nuts. Wanted Harley's toy. Probably took her out of jealousy. Fucking Tony Stewarted her.
Too soon, man. Too soon. The wounds are still healing.
Yep, still healing. I don't know. It was a decent way to spend a Labor Day out in the sun.
I spent it with a crazy person and doing the dishes. But that's neither here nor there.
That sounds like a blast. I did see a horse die. Well, didn't see it actually die.
They put it down?
Yeah, they did actually put it down.
Nice.
Because before we were leaving, we were hanging out at her friend Tanya's apparel tent or whatever, and we saw the horse ambulance backing up. And we're just kind of what the hell is this? And just kind of watching it. And I guess, long story short, as we found out through the grapevine, that one of the horses tried to jump the fence and broke its leg. And so they just put it down, and they're loading the fucking carcass up in the truck.
Although it's amazing to think that is... It happens more than you would think. I think we actually... I talked about this the one time. They had an HBO series called Luck. Some big names. They had Nick Nolte, Dustin Hoffman, all that kind of stuff.
Do you remember you telling me about that?
Yeah. And all it was about horse racing. And 4 or 5, I can't remember exactly how many it was now, but 4 or 5 horses died on set. And so PETA closed the damn thing down, being oh, we got to investigate. And PETA actually even came out and said there was no mistreatment of these animals.
It's just what happens.
This is it was freak accidents that happened. Because I remember 2 of them broke their legs horribly when they were doing runs. One of them wasn't even on camera. They were out in the back, and it was before anything was happening, and they had that fucking coat thing on them, and they just decided to run down, I guess, something, I don't know. Stepped in a hole or something.
Gopher hole?
Yep.
Goddamn varmints.
Fucking broke its leg to the point where they had to euthanize it.
Jeez. I thought that was insane. And the best part is...
I am so glad I'm not an animal that's just broken leg, putting them down. Yep. To me, that's fucking amazing that, a horse being as powerful as we think they are, if their leg is broke, they're just done?
Yeah, is that true, or is it just so expensive to get it fixed?
I don't know. I really and honestly
I think it's
got
to be a cost-benefit. Because I think we have the technology to fix a horse's leg. I just think you'd have to almost keep the horse immobilized.
I don't know, though, because if you think about it, some of these fucking racehorses are worth hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
and
but they're worthless.
If they're a stud, just their cum alone is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars.
That's true.
So, yeah, I don't think they're that quick to just kill them for no reason. So I really do think that if they break their leg, there's some kind of, like, it would never heal right, or...
Yeah.
I think there's something to that. Because, I
don't know
mean,
enough about
shit,
that.
if a fucking horse was that frail, though, where you'd think evolution would kind of let that... But I guess all the inbreeding that they do to get the perfect racehorse...
Yeah.
You know?
Those are some beautiful creatures. Like, we watched a few races, like, right next to the track, and it's kind of elevated and shit. Just watching those fuckers run, it's just insane.
Yeah, they are incredibly powerful animals.
Yeah. Majestic beasts. Canterbury actually has a pretty legit craft beer bar, too. But they charge $8-9 for a fucking 12-ounce glass of crafty.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a nice little pub. Had a couple breweries. It's delicious. I tried the Mankato Leaf Raker. It's a brown nut ale, and it was on nitro.
Give you a brown nut.
It was so good. Very good. And then I tried a Summit Oktoberfest. I swear I've had it before, but I didn't check in with it on Untapped. So I tried it again, and I was like, ugh. I gave it like a 2.5 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm not happy with that.
Yeah, the Summit isn't that great for the Oktoberfest.
I'm not a big Summit fan to begin with. They've got one or two that I could handle every now and then.
Their Saga IPA is pretty good.
There's a lot of other IPAs that I'd rather
prefer.
have.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. If I'm spending the money, I'm not going that road. I'll probably go with Sam Adams Latitude 48, if you know what I'm saying.
If I got a fucking Rebel IPA, it's another good one.
Yeah. Are you going in order? Because now we have number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And Mosaic IPA.
Yep.
I like this one. This is pretty good.
This is my second favorite next to the Zeus. Zeus hops! Anybody that's listening, brew your own beer.
Ah, it's a single hop version of Latitude 48. That's why I like it so much.
They're deconstructed. It's a deconstructed pack, so there's 5 different hops that are in Latitude 48. So this is a brew where it's 1 through 5. It's all the single types of hops that go into Latitude 48. So they have the 5 single hops, and then they have 2 Latitude 48s in this pack.
Nice. It's
Yeah.
a grizzled setup. I like it. Now we did number 1 already. The Kent East Golding. Number 2. Nice. Are we going to literally drink them all?
Why not?
Oh, this is going to be a great podcast towards the
Yeah,
end.
no doubt.
So what's the Mosaic IPA theme going to be? For the East Kent, we were talking about celebrity porn.
Not all celebrity
And wiener
porn,
dog
just
racing.
nude pics.
and wiener dog racing.
Yep,
you know, they
wiener
go
dog
hand in
racing.
hand.
Well, anytime I think of celebrity nudes, I think of wiener dogs.
Yeah. It's the most suggestive dog of them all.
Makes you hungry and horny at the same time.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
I gotta get me a wiener dog.
Yeah,
now.
no shit, just to make those jokes all day. Oh god.
Right off the top of my head, that was.
See?
I'm just saying. I'm not saying genius, but I am saying something like a
I
genius.
should talk to Andrea's friend who does, because she actually makes like shirts that say like "I heart my wiener" and real men love wieners. And
Hey, if that sells, I better be getting a
Get a
fucking
cut.
cut of that shit. It's on tape. We have this. We have this shit on tape. I'm just gonna say it right now. Monday, September 1st at 8:15 p.m. This was my idea.
Hashtag Labor Day.
Yup, exactly.
We're just
Just saying.
oh, I should pitch it to her. I know she'd do it because there are family events she goes to that I don't know. That'd be a subversive one. Maybe she could sell on her website. Fucking makes you hungry and horny.
Well, she could even make it suggestive, like with a picture of horns.
Like a wiener dog with horns on.
No, I'm saying it makes you hungry, and then at the bottom, like a set of horns. That way the kids wouldn't know.
Yeah.
It's like my brother and I do that comic shirt thing every year. The one year when Cassius learned how to read, that's why I had to give him that TJ Hook, or no, not TJ, BJ Hooker's bait and tackle.
Yeah.
And then it said on it, what was it? When you fish with BJ Hookers, you're guaranteed to catch something. Or no, it's something like that. You're guaranteed to catch something with BJ Hookers, I think is what it was. And
namely an STD.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
And the best part about it was it had like fishing shit all over. Like it looked like an old ass fishing shirt.
Yeah.
Just with the different scripting and stuff like that.
It was all distressed and everything.
Yeah. And so when Cassius asked him about it, he's like, "What are we guaranteed to catch?" And he goes, "Lots."
Yeah. Mostly crabs.
Yep, exactly. Seafood of some variety. At least that's what it's going to resemble.
Yep. That's what it's going to taste like when you're down there.
Chata.
Yum, yum.
The red or the white? You better hope it's the white.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. I just made a sour taste in my mouth.
It was like both a delayed reaction for both of us. Because I was thinking more like, how can I tank that? And then I'm just like, I actually thought about it on multiple levels, and I'm just like, fuck me.
That was just a fucking joke that came to mouth before mind. Then I thought about it and I went, "Oh, the red."
That is just horrible.
Oh, anybody else taste metal?
Yeah. Just like blood.
Oh.
I don't know where to go from there.
Okay, Mosaic IPA is pretty good, but
it brings on bad conversation.
Bad juju in this beer.
Oh my god, so speaking of beer, on Friday night, we went over to Dan Kunkel's because they had a little get-together because they did like their fantasy football draft party.
Right.
So we just kind of crashed it afterwards. And he hooked up his Hop Rocket and he put kiwi in there. And he ran this like IPA that he brewed through it. It was so good. Like the kiwi cut down like the bitterness of it. Like even Andrea liked it, and she's not a hoppy person. It was good. This dude is legit. He's a really good brewer. And I think I need to hitch my wagon to him. I'm going to just start brewing with him. I'll win some competitions then. Brewer. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, he's the one that taught everybody how to start.
Exactly.
What are you going to do?
Fucking find some financing and get this guy a goddamn little setup and a tap room.
Oh, do you know how hard it is to get a license to be a brewer, though?
Yeah.
What is it? I'd guess you'd need a couple $100,000 just to get the fucking licensing.
Oh, I don't know what it is all about. Seems to be pretty easy. Everybody's doing it.
And a lot of them don't make it past a year.
Exactly. Oh, it'd be still worth it.
The worst part about it would be the guerrilla marketing that you need to do to actually get your beer out there.
Oh, yeah, because most people aren't going to be like that 3rd Street around here where they all of a sudden, like, they must have had some huge backers because they had promotional wares.
They were just giving shit away everywhere.
Just flooded the fucking
But that's
market.
what Jim Koch said he did when he started up Sam Adams, is that he went around to different bars and he was like, "Here's 5 cases. Tell me if you want more. I'll give you these for free."
Yeah.
I mean, if you're just going to every bar in the area and just giving them, 5, 6, 10 cases of beer, that's a lot of money to start that shit up. And, you haven't made one sale yet. You've given out how many gallons of beer?
Exactly. Pretty much an entire vat.
But that's what did for him.
You have to.
Is these other places, they were like, "Hey, these are free beers," and they started giving them to their regulars.
Yeah, because especially if you're going to give them bottles, that is precious, precious cooler space.
And that's what they started doing. They started giving them away to their regulars and stuff like that to check them out. Because it was free beer for the bar, so they just...
And the regulars are going to try something fucking off the wall different.
Exactly. They started asking for it, so... If you got good enough beer, you can make it, but it's going to be stretchy and sketchy at the front.
Oh, God. That's why you just need super extreme financing.
Yeah.
A Kickstarter, maybe. I wonder if they had to do that. Because I think the key is what we want to do is probably want to set it up as a nonprofit. That way you can get away from taxes, all of that, and then, any excesses you can donate to like a charity of some sort or just funnel to
You can pay
yourself.
yourself a small salary and then have company perks.
Exactly. 501c3, funnel it in there. I mean, there's tons of ways you could do it.
Hey, I was in on the ground floor. I gotta be something.
That would be something.
I control the garage doors.
Well, it'd be a good spot for you with your headband, long hair, and A-frame.
Yep. Alright, open it up.
Yep. We need to bring another shipment in.
I gotta have an assistant, too.
Exactly.
It's a hard job. I don't want to get out of my chair.
Exactly. I'm like, damn it. We need to get this brewed. It's like, but what can I do? I can't brew.
I gotta make sure the doors get open and closed.
Exactly.
Shipment's on time.
But just, you think about it, like, because you go to all these, like, tap rooms that these breweries have, and some of these breweries are pretty small. There's, like, a little warehouse space, and it's like, you have a brewery in one section, a little spot where you sell merch, you give tours for, like, $10 a pop, and you sell a pint of beer for $6, where you have absolutely no packaging, no gas and shipping.
Yep.
No overhead. Just basically from the vat to the fucking...
But then you need the license to sell the liquor as well.
But no, not since the Surly law was passed.
Oh, I didn't know
Surly
this.
actually took it to the Supreme Court, and they got it passed that if you brew and you have a tap room, that does not... You don't need a liquor license. That's why all these places are popping up left and fucking right. It's because once that bill was approved, now you don't need a liquor license to sell because you're an on-site brewery.
Yeah.
And you just have a tap room. And then a lot of places do it.
You
like,
just have to abide by the cleanliness laws that they already have.
Exactly. And then a lot of places will, have food trucks that'll park outside. So you're just like, you can bring your food truck wares inside, eat, drink our beer. It's kind of like a little best of both worlds where you have a kitchen, but yet you have none of the...
And they own the food truck. No.
Yeah. Or I wouldn't. I would let somebody else fucking deal with all of that bullshit. That liability,
Yeah.
you have enough brewing beer, let alone worrying about food, illness, and...
Nah, there's not much liability on that shit with a food truck anymore.
Oh, really?
Nope.
Pretty much a free-for-all? If you're stupid enough to eat out of a food truck, you deserve to get sick.
There's been, after a bunch of lawsuits that came down to illnesses and stuff, they really have to prove that you had malintent.
It's not just a fuck-up.
Yeah.
Like,
Because they started
You can get that anywhere.
They started suing cooks left and right for shit. And then after a while, when they started doing the, well, I got sick because of this. Yeah, well, shit happens.
yeah.
Nobody knows what allergies you have except for you. If you didn't know that shit, why the fuck were you asking what was in it or, that kind of
If
stuff.
you know you have an allergy, you got to ask what everything
Yeah.
is. That's the smart way to do
So
it.
after all those lawsuits, they started dropping them, just being like, that's, buyer beware. You should have asked what was in it.
Yeah.
You should have done this. You should have done that. So it used to be a free-for-all for any kind of kitchen or anything like that, because cooks used to get fucking sued left and right on that shit. I was worried about that when I was in the business
I could
quite
imagine.
a bit. Well, and then if you get food safe certified, this is fucked up. If you get food safe certified, they actually tell you, if you are a full-time professional cook, you are going to get someone sick, as an average, once every other month.
Holy shit.
Regardless of...
How good you are.
Yep. It's going to happen just because...
Law of averages? Or
Yep, laws of averages. Somebody's going to,
and you can't quality control even the product that's coming into your kitchen.
That's what I'm saying.
So it could have
Anybody
been
who's
fucked
eaten a
from-
piece of fish knows exactly what I'm talking about. At one side, you can have the most delicious tasting fish you've ever had, and on the other side, it's that pungent, really, for how everybody else calls it, fishy. I hate when people say that, but it's that pungent, don't want to swallow this type meat. And it just happens. And some people eat that kind of stuff, they get sick. Other people can eat 5 pounds of it and never feel anything.
Yeah.
You just never know. It's everybody's reaction to whatever, and regardless of trying to be cleanly, it's going to happen. There's going to be a cross-contamination that you're not going to see.
Yeah.
It's just gonna happen. When you put out 400 or 500 plates a night, yeah, you do as much as you possibly can, but one of them could. And I think that's actually kind of amazing to think, though. You put out 400, 500 plates a night, and you're only getting one person sick, depending on if it's mildly to majorly.
Yeah.
And 90% of all foodborne illnesses are very mild. In fact, most people think it's something like the common cold, or, they had the 24-hour flu. They don't even think that it's food poisoning.
Yeah. Well, I could imagine how many times I've had it and not noticed it.
Yeah.
Just been like, oh, I drank too much beer last night. I got the shits.
Yeah.
But I think
Or you just think that, I ate something that my stomach doesn't like, or, I didn't agree with me because I got diarrhea. No, you had food poisoning.
Oh, no wonder I always would hate Taco Bell. I love tacos, but Taco Bell, they food poisoning.
It's regardless, though. It just depends on how sick you actually get. Like, you remember when I got sick as shit on that Super America hot dog once? And I couldn't even look at a hot dog for like a year and a half without gagging.
That's great. And that's so fucked up. How you get sick on a hot dog?
I have no idea.
That must have been, was it just sitting there forever, or was it probably packaged?
I have no clue.
It probably came out the factory with a little too high traces of fucking feces in it.
Something about it that just wrecked me for about 3 days. I was sick as a fucking dog. And I couldn't walk by one of those goddamn things. Was just doing the oh god. Like just that smell of hot dog would get me, and I'd almost throw it down right there.
I mean, even to this day, like we had some hot dogs yesterday when we barbecued, and it's just, I don't know, I just can't eat hot dogs anymore. I mean, if I can eat like brats.
It's like a kid thing.
All that.
I don't like white bread.
Yeah, I can't eat white bread, brats, or mac and cheese, really.
Yep.
And I hope I never get to the point where I can't eat pizza, because I know my dad was at that point. Like,
yeah, but your dad's also a really weird guy.
That is true, but he's like, if I never had pizza again, I'd be happy. I'm like, you're fucking ridiculous.
He was a bachelor for how long, though? How many pizzas do you think he ordered?
Yeah, that is true.
I'm just saying. You remember what his apartment used to look like? He had boxes stacked on... Could you imagine? He probably had an entire, like, dinette set.
But I never remembered him ever eating pizza. Like, maybe a couple times when we could talk him into it when we really wanted it.
Maybe it wasn't his favorite to begin with.
Yeah, I just, like, never... I don't know.
I don't know who doesn't like pizza.
How can't you find a pizza that you like?
I'm just saying, I'm not trying to speak ill of the dead, but your dad was fucking weird if he doesn't like pizza.
I agree. Because it's not hard. Because, I don't like this. Well, don't get it on there.
Yeah, no doubt.
Jesus Christ, you can custom fit it
I can even say, no, I don't like that place.
Yeah.
Because I don't like their sauce, or their cheese, or their crust.
I mean, expand your horizons. Maybe you only ate the same bullshit over and over.
Yeah.
Probably ate too many goddamn frozen pizzas. That's the problem.
Oh, yeah, those are just nasty.
They are. I used to, like, eat frozen pizzas, like, all the time.
Last time I made one, I was so disappointed in my choice of eating. I was just like, seriously, I could have, like, ate some lawn clippings, and it probably would have been, I just...
Put some ketchup on some cardboard.
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck is this? That thin, crispy crust shit that tastes like it's a communion cracker that's just 14 inches.
I remember you used to eat those fucking Totino's party pizzas back in the day.
Oh yeah,
like all the time. It'd be like 4 for like $10 or some shit, and you'd just be pounding those down.
Oh, I'd eat like 2 of those a time.
That was so funny.
Yeah, paying the fucking consequences now.
I love when they had the recall on them and you still were eating them.
Well, that was even better because then they were fucking cheaper. Because then the places were like, no, just go ahead and take them.
Yeah, exactly. These
We don't
are
want to be known as the place that sold them.
yeah,
Just sign this waiver.
because those probably checked out. It was just they knew nobody was fucking eating that brand. For the next
Exactly,
2 months.
because they were giving those fucking things away.
They were before it happened.
Yeah, I think they were like 75 cents a piece, so I just loaded my mom and dad's deep freezer with them. They were pissed because there was no room.
And you're like, I'm eating.
Yeah, I was just like, give it a week. There'll be plenty of room. I'm eating the shit out of those things. 75-cent meals!
No doubt. All I need is a fucking oven.
That's even better than a fucking ramen.
Much. Because ramens get haggard. I thankfully was never that poor where I had to like live off ramen.
Ghetto spaghetti?
Yeah. What was
Ramen with some ketchup?
I'd use some sriracha.
Sriracha.
Or is that too expensive? Because
You can go the high class and cut up hot dogs in it. Them's your meatballs.
That is true. Sriracha, ramen, and hot dogs. That actually would not be a bad meal. Like, kind of just 3 sheets to the wind. Fuck, who cares if it's cost effective? I think that just sounds like a delicacy.
Why do you eat that? Because when I'm really drunk, the wife only allows me to boil water. And I gotta use the hot plate.
That's so funny. 'Cause this is the night before Andrew and I's like second date. I got shit-faced with you, and I went home and tried to make some taquitos, and fucking fell asleep, and they were in there for like 2 hours, and it woke me up because my whole apartment was full of smoke.
You almost killed yourself.
Yeah, I know.
Huzzah!
God damn it, I wish I wouldn't have woke up. No.
Yeah, exactly. It was a beautiful plan. Why did I have to bail?
My life could went one of 2 ways.
What is in Mosaic hops?
It's an evil brew.
I know.
Get number 3. We need to change the momentum.
I'm just saying, we took kind of a nasty turn here with this one.
I know, we need to... I don't even know what number 3 would be. I don't know what the 5 fucking hops are in these things. I don't know.
Find out.
Well, to fill the time while you're getting the beer, I'm just going to read the description of this Mosaic IPA. According to the label, it says, this single hop IPA is brewed using only Mosaic hops, so that's good. These distinctive American hops contribute subtle fruit notes of pineapple and mandarin orange, along with hints of eucalyptus. These delicate notes are complemented by the sweetness of the malt. The growing region is Yakima Valley, Washington. I approve of Yakima Valley, Washington. That's legit.
Oh, hey!
I'm not going down on that beer.
Nicely done.
Got a little overflow.
Oh, that was pretty good, though.
Where's
the first one from?
Where'd you shake that thing up before you gave it to me, guy?
Just open it.
Good lord.
It's a dick.
Well, yours usually gets that delicate little nipple on tap.
I know.
Mine just like...
That one shot out like it was happy to see you.
Yeah, what was number 1? We should probably read that description.
Number 1. This single hop IPA is brewed using only East Kent Goldings. These classic English hops create a mellow bitterness with earthy, floral, and apricot notes.
Ooh, apricot.
That are balanced by a subtle malt sweetness.
I wasn't not a huge fan of that. It tasted like a dirty hop. That's probably the...
Well, that's kind of weird, though. It's called East Kent Goldings. Guess where it's made?
East Kent.
Bingo! England. They really don't know how to...
English.
Yeah. They just... Well, what is it? Made in East Kent? And what is it? It's East Kent.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ. Because this isn't brewed in Mosaic, Washington.
What's this next one?
Found in, grown in.
Take a...
Yeah, let's take a swig of it. Well, we're looking at a Hallertau. Is it Hallertau? T-A-U? Hallertau Middleroo IPA? What?
This single hop IPA is brewed using only the Hallertau Mittelfruch noble hops from the Hallertau region of Bavaria.
Well, you took German, so you'd know how to pronounce that more than I would.
It's Mittelfruch.
Is it
Mittelfruch? It was the last part.
Hallertau Mittelfruch noble hops. So they're Bavarian, and these hops create a soft bitterness along with delicate citrus and resinous pine notes that are balanced by subtle malt sweetness and body. Growing region, Bavaria, Germany.
Siegheim!
Did you try it?
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you pick up the piney notes and the delicate citrus?
Oh, I saw it.
You can almost smell the pininess.
In fact, the funny part about it was last night I was having the other one because I went. I didn't go 1 through 5. I just grabbed one and drank it. So when I got to them and I was taking a swig from them, I was actually explaining them, and I actually did a lot. Like I didn't even notice to read that, but I was actually, like there's a fruitiness in this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and. She'd take a drink of it, and she goes, I don't know how the hell you can tell whatever is in that, because it just tastes like bad. I was like, what do you mean it tastes like bad? And she goes, whatever somebody says that's bad, that's what that tastes like. I was like, wow, thanks for describing something that is so near and dear to me.
Yeah, exactly. Well, my retort would have been, well, yeah, but if you constantly drink shit that tastes bad, you can differentiate the elements that make it terrible in this particular way. So, in this case, you'd be like, oh, this is terrible in a fruity way. Or no, like we would say, this is delicious because it has a nice citrus or a piney flavor to it, as you'd be like, oh, this is like drinking a pine tree.
Yeah.
So what's the difference? So you know what shit tastes like.
I can completely understand it, though, because of the fact that beer is an acquired taste.
Fucking A.
I've never had somebody ever, or seen somebody take their first sip of a beer and go, oh my God, that is awesome. Now, at this point in my life, I absolutely adore beer. I love the way beers taste. I love how you can get beers in every different flavor profiles.
Yeah.
I mean, you can find a beer that tastes different than any other beer in every single way nowadays. And I love that about it, because all of them have a basic bitterness to them. And that's the keystone of a beer, is the basic bitterness. That's why they have that international bitterness units. So, I mean, to have it, malts, hops, whatever the hell you want to throw into it, it's still that bitterness. And for some reason, after drinking beer for long enough, you start actually getting that bitterness as a differential for what you're tasting.
Your gauge of bitterness, essentially. And how the hops kind of mellow it out.
Yep.
My favorite part is whenever we go to a brewery or anything like that where we do samplings or a tasting or a tour, Andrea always says, well, I really don't like hops, and they always come back at her with, well, hops are in every kind of beer.
No.
Just like, you're a fucking idiot, shut up.
How are you making beer then?
Yeah, how do you, then you shouldn't like beer at all.
Well, so you're making wheat wine, huh?
Yeah.
Because you can't make it without hops.
I just love giving her shit about stuff like that.
There's 3 key elements to beer.
Yeah,
and
but
if
in
you
the
don't mix
aspect,
them all,
but I mean, you could have an amberbock or a stout, and which is, what's hilarious is,
but it's not a beer then; it's a malt liquor.
Well, not like
if you don't add the hops.
Well, that is true. Yes,
it's a malt liquor.
But she even likes beer that has hops in it. It's just she doesn't like the IPAs where it's a hop profile. Where it's like,
I understand what you're saying, but
I started out that way. Oh, Tony's the same way. My brother, he is a strict malty brew kind of guy. That's all he cares for. That's all he wants to hang out and do, is if he's drinking beer. But he's more of a goddamn White Russian kind of guy lately. He went sophisticated on us,
or just strange.
Yeah, he's just like my father.
Well.
But, I mean, it's just kind of hilarious when you can see, the different styles that people like. Because uncharacteristic that most people get thrown off by is Andrea loves porters. Most people I know really don't like porter.
Porters are more like coffee flavored.
Yeah, she loves stouts and porters.
Yeah, so I can see that. Anybody who's a coffee fan is going to like porters more than they are IPAs, for damn sure.
Yeah, and she loves those fucking not fruity, but those really sweet coffee drinks from Caribou. I always give her shit because she'll pick one up and she's like, oh, I gotta get my coffee, and she comes in, it's got fucking whipped cream top
calories.
on. Yeah, whipped cream on top, and I'm just like, I thought you said you were going to get coffee. Mm-hmm. I'm like, that is a caffeinated milkshake. That's an excuse to have breakfast dessert.
And they're only $8.
Yeah, exactly.
So you might as well smoke a pack of cigarettes. Because it's doing about the same for your health.
No shit. Everybody needs their habit. She's not much of a drinker, so she's got to get her coffee in there. She'll just sample some beers with me when I drag her along to a brewery, but she rarely, will fucking sit and get drunk.
No, I
Even when
understand
we go
that.
out,
Yeah.
it's weird. She drinks a little bit now that since she got
I just
promoted.
don't think people understand how bad those things are for you. Like, how many
coffee
calories are actually in those things.
Yeah, I know for a fact because I used to pitch those frappes.
Yep.
For McDonald's when I would do those promotions, but
Starbucks had one that if
insane.
you got the 20-ounce version of it and drank it all yourself and finished all the whipped cream and all that kind of stuff.
Everybody does.
It was 1,300 calories.
That's your daily intake by most standards, isn't it?
So basically, for the rest of the day, you could have like a chicken leg. You know what I mean?
That's insane.
I mean, you look at it, and they had caramel and fudge and chocolate and whipped cream, and then 5 sugars in it.
Yeah, and then 2 shots of espresso.
Yeah, it's not even really coffee
Crushed
anymore.
up with ice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it has a shot of espresso.
Exactly.
For a 20-ounce milkshake.
Yep. For
Essentially.
20 ounces, though, it was like 1,300 calories. It was, I just remember them saying that it was the equivalent of 2 Big Macs, basically.
Fuck me, I'd rather eat 2 Big Macs. That'd be
Me
a way
too,
better.
and I don't even like Big Macs.
That'd be a way better. I love Big Macs.
I don't like McDonald's.
There's special sauce
Thousand Island and ketchup.
and dehydrated onions. Get down on that.
You can just use onion powder.
Dude, when I used to work there that was my very first job. I always wanted to steal a tube of that Mac sauce
Oh,
and just put it on everything.
oh.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, I've never liked McDonald's. Out of the 2 big ones, I'd rather have Burger King.
Boycott! They're Canadian!
Yeah, I still won't even buy
No, I'm just
them just because every time I eat, it tastes so good when you're chewing it, and then right after you swallow it, you go, "Don't it!"
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing?
And then you look at the burger again and you go, "All right, just one more." And you take a bite of it, and right before you swallow, once again you go, "No!" Oh. And then when you're done with the whole thing, you're going, "I just told myself not to eat any of that, and I still did it. Why? I feel like shit right now." Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just in my head or what it is. But when I eat at those fast food places, I feel like ass afterwards.
Oh, yeah, because it's poison.
It's just you
It's
look
like-
at it and you go, "Why did I do that? I told myself I wouldn't eat here."
It almost feels like it's dead food. Like you're not gaining any life force from it. You're
Yeah.
gaining probably the least bit of nutrients you could possibly garner off that to just stay alive.
Yeah.
And the rest is just sugar.
Yep.
Just sugar to fucking make those synapses fire.
Sugar, salt, and fat.
Yep. That's all
They
it is.
found out the perfect combinations of sugar, salt, and fat. That's why when you're chewing it, you're going, "Oh my god, this is the best stuff ever." And then when you're swallowing it, you're going, "Why am I doing this to my body?" Because then your throat takes over that doesn't have any kind of taste buds in it. And your throat is just going, "What the hell?
This isn't food.
I thought you were doing something nice for me."
Yeah, this isn't food. You realize it. This shit
Yeah.
doesn't mold, guy. If bacteria doesn't want to eat it, why the fuck are you eating it?
To tell you the truth, though, you remember the little contest we had with those burger buns?
Yeah.
That's the whole reason why I looked into why that happened. And I've wasted so much money now in bread that it's not even funny. But I'd rather waste the money and have it mold up on me than to buy the other shit that has...
Oh, yeah.
they actually put mild forms of antifreeze
Ew.
in bread.
That ain't
Some
right.
types of bread, they actually have that because then they can freeze the bread, and when they thaw it out to come to the grocery store, it still has that spongy texture to it because it doesn't change the molecules. So they have a mild form of antifreeze that they put into the batters so that they can refrigerate the trucks and make it last even longer. So they could literally, and they don't actually have to print the date on the bag from the day that it was made. It's the day that they ship it out because
That's-
it's flash frozen.
And right there is a huge reason why we need to have local fucking bakers.
Yeah.
again. I'm sick of this conglomerate bullshit where everybody's got to just hope that these people will make it good and make it right and ship it from here to there. It's just, why can't we just get it from the source? We have ample resources and room to do this and ample people qualified in every community. I don't know. That's my little
I just
rant.
really have to wonder, when was it that people stopped realizing that when the rich or upper crust that actually make the rule makers,
Yeah.
when they start looking for nothing but profits, it's only a matter of time before they get toppled. It's been shown time and time again. As soon as you start putting common decency to the back burner,
Yeah.
and you start putting paper to being more important than people, that's when you've already got the decline. And it's not going to happen in your line. Your lifetime is done.
Yeah.
You're going to have everything you've wanted for the rest of your life. You know who's going to have to deal with this? Your grandkids or your great-grandkids. They're going to have to put up with the uprising. Because the second that roller coaster starts coming over the crest,
That's true,
and it starts going down, just like a roller coaster, it goes down fast.
That is true.
As soon as they find that one little thing where they go, aha,
yeah,
that's when it starts cresting.
Yeah.
And as soon as they do the aha, and now it's law, and everybody puts their hands up and goes, fuck! And it won't be too long before they start going, all right, I want to get off this fucking ride now. I'll kill you to get off this. I'm just done with it.
Oh, exactly. We might, the people, the lower class proletariats might not be storming your gated community, but they will be storming your grandchild's gated community.
Yep.
Either or, buddy.
Yep.
Your ilk.
You can grab the power now, but the book that you
not
live
last.
by even says that the son will die from the father's sin.
That is true. Or it could just
Oh,
be...
whoa. I think this is... Judges?
Judges.
Yeah, it was the first time I've quoted scripture on this show.
Nice. The Hallertau Mittelfrucht
Yeah,
makes
no
you
doubt.
religious.
The German.
It's getting you back
the
to your
German in me.
rhetoric.
I'm just like, dude, we have made some mistakes. I know what I'm talking about. Take a hint.
Yes.
If the German is telling you to cool out, you should probably just be like, dude, even their language is pissed off, so we should probably just take a second to look at this. I'm just saying. This is from the people that brought you Das Boot.
Yeah.
That's a friendly little flick everybody should be able to see and enjoy with the family.
I never watched that. I saw it because when it was out in video stores, it was still when they had VHS, and it was in the double disc. Or not the double disc, but the double tape kind of thing. Where
Because it's like 5 hours.
That's a daunting task. When I have to get up to change tapes to finish the movie.
You're asking a lot of me.
Especially if it's all subtitles.
Yo.
Fuck you, man.
Back when we didn't have this 1080i bullshit, so halfway through you had to pause it just so you'd be like, alright, dude, seriously. I gotta close my eyes for like 15 minutes and just let them reset.
Exactly.
Those fuzzy words are starting to fuck with me. I got a headache the size that you wouldn't believe.
And I thought we invented television so we didn't have to read.
Exactly.
What the fuck? We even have people that read
Turn
us...
on the fucking radio.
We even have people that read us the newspaper on television. That's how lazy we are as a society. Then you want to give me a foreign film
Yep.
that I have to read?
Exactly.
Who the fuck do you think I am?
Do I have a curly mustache?
Exactly.
Do I have a curly mustache?
Fuck no. You do have glasses though, so you should be able to read.
Well, I should be, but it hurts me eyes.
It hurts my eyes.
These aren't correct prescription. I can't go to the doctor. Oh, that's like, I gotta say this one because I thought it was funny. I don't know if you saw that Mike McFadden bullshit that they had on. Nobody, unless you're in Minnesota, is going to know anything about Mike McFadden. He's trying to take Al Franken's
He's
Senate
the
seat.
GOP nominee.
Yeah. And he had a commercial on our show, on our television, throughout the cities and the state, I should say, which basically what it was is it was his oldest son who was talking about his childhood, saying that he was a hockey player and that he, at one point, got an injury so bad that it caused him 10 stitches. And then he says, my dad was so appalled because the nurse said that it was going to cost him $150. He got a pair of scissors and he took them out. And then Mike McFadden's shown and he goes, "You lived." And then, in the next frame, it shows his son again and he goes, "So if you send my dad to, or if you elect my dad, he'll take care of Obamacare as his first thing." And then it goes back to him and he goes, "So send me to Congress and give me some scissors." And the best part about it was the first time I saw that commercial, I looked at Leah and I went, "Did I fucking just see that?" If I'm mistaken here, the message of that commercial was, my dad was so pissed off at the cost of health care that he wants to get rid of your health care.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, because when I watched that the first time, I went, did I smoke too much again? And I'm just now seeing what I want to see, like, that GOP agenda. No, I actually saw it where he literally says that, going, he was so mad by them saying it was going to be $150 that he took the stitches out. But he's going to get rid of Obamacare.
He'll cut that out. So you'll all have to cut your own stitches out.
Yeah.
Because you won't have a doctor.
And the best part was I made fun of that about 4 or 5 times because that's how many times I saw it, and then they pulled that ad. I kept thinking, who the fuck is his goddamn campaign manager?
Yeah, no shit.
Because whoever wrote that script and approved it, being the campaign manager, would have actually had to read it before they gave it to the candidate and say, "I'm Mike McFadden, I approve this message."
Exactly.
So you just look at it and go, how the fuck can these guys miss shit like that and still have a job? Why am I not employed if I can see that the first time going, wait a minute now. I know I'm not 100%. I've had a couple of beers.
Yep.
Had a little bit of... So, I might just be hallucinating a touch.
Yeah. Well, that's so funny that you say that, because I remember throughout the primary when he had all those ads on, Andrea even made a comment where she's like, that just looks like a fake ad. It looks like it's a parody ad you'd see on like Saturday Night Live.
And it was.
It just, the
to
way
me,
it was
it
shot,
because
everything.
At the end, when he actually says that, it goes, and he'll get rid of Obamacare. I started laughing.
Or then give me a and then give me a pair of scissors. That part's
when
more
he said
ridiculous.
he'll get rid of Obamacare, I actually started laughing, thinking that he. And then I was like, whoa, he's going against Al Franken. That's the Democrat dude.
Yeah.
Whoa. I was actually thinking the first time I saw it, I thought he was doing a parody saying, it was so expensive. And then when he goes, "You lived," and then he comes back and he was like, "Yeah, so he'll get rid of Obamacare." I was thinking he was saying that, being like, "Yeah, that's right. Wait a minute. You look serious.
You son of a bitch."
Yeah, I thought he was going to, like, snark it. It'll be like, or do something at the end of it. Nope. But when he looked at the camera like, "You're right, he will," I went, wow, I took this completely different than what they meant to do it. I wonder if they understood what they were actually saying.
No, because they're just pulling at the bullshit Tea Party rhetoric that they don't understand what they're actually saying. Granted, I don't approve of Obamacare. It actually took more money out of my pocket being the Affordable Care Act.
I do.
So it kind of flies in the face of its name, but I expected that.
Yeah.
Because of the Patriot Act takes away your freedoms.
Yep.
The fucking Clean Air Act makes your air more dirty. It's just the way it works.
Yeah.
That's how they have it. So I wasn't shocked, but it did kind of piss me off. I lost like $6, extra. But I'm like, affordable? How am I paying more if it's affordable? What the fuck?
Huh? That's what you got.
I know, but hey, whatever. I was in his camp, when he was running, for the primary. After John Edwards got eliminated, I was more in the John Edwards camp.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't care if he cheated on his wife with cancer. That doesn't mean shit about how his populist agenda was going to be good for the country. I was more in favor of that.
He was probably, in his credit, he was probably cheating on his wife well before she had cancer.
Yes. Good point. That makes him just an upstanding character. See? Right back.
I'm just saying, to his defense, He probably had his dick in a lot of cookie jars.
But to get at the point I was trying to make before, we had to slander another fella, but that's what we do here. We slander people.
Because anybody listens.
Exactly. But with the Obama thing, he like him and every Democrat always runs to get the nomination with universal health care.
Oh, yeah.
Every single time.
I don't know what the Democrats are going to have next.
Yeah, what are they going to do next? So, they're going to have to it's going to have to be racial.
There's nothing that the Republicans can do about getting rid of Obamacare, though.
But it's going to be race and guns.
I don't understand how Mike McFadden can even run off that message because they cannot get rid of Obamacare.
Yeah, what, have they tried it 40 fucking times?
And by the time that he's out of office, they can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
It is now law.
Yeah. Well, we can do whatever the fuck we want. We can change laws.
To get rid of that, you would have to basically revamp Congress.
Yeah, you'd have to have a Congress that would actually do something.
Yep.
And that's not going to happen. I don't know if
if I'm correct, though, because it was passed into law, they would actually have to have an overwhelming unanimous
a super
decision.
Majority, if you will.
They would
some bullshit.
It's something like 70% of the vote would have to go to it.
Yeah, but at least it's not a constitutional amendment.
No. I mean, they don't have to take the heavens from the skies to change it at all.
Exactly.
Because, constitutional amendments, you have to have everybody on board for everything. Yep. You have to have the Congress, the House, the fucking president. I mean, everybody. Basically, you have to have all the people on board, too. Cause to change the Constitution, if you even touch the Constitution, people all of a sudden are like...
Yep.
Loading their shotguns and shit, just like, which one? I don't know what 16 is, but I know one, and is it 2? 2 that gives me my gun?
I know the 21st. It gave me my right to drink.
Yep.
I know 2, 1, and 21.
And 21 should include any type of illegal substance that they consider illegal.
No shit.
Fucking Reagan bitch. Here's a good question for you. If you could assassinate one person in the course of history of this country, who would it be?
Our own leaders or just any random person?
Any random person.
I would do that Trevor motherfucker from 2nd grade. That dude embarrassed me in front of Crystal.
Oh,
He's
douche.
A cocksucker. I would murder. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm
kidding.
That's real shallow.
I know. I'm just kidding.
That's not even a puddle. That's just like a sheen. Yeah. That's like a drop of water on a sidewalk. It's soaked right in.
Yep, that's what I would do. He changed the course of my life. No, I'm just kidding. We would have been married.
I would actually say, I don't know why, but I would say Barbara Bush. I think she's caused this country more money and more people's time. She's caused more families to get ripped apart, more people to cause more money for more prison sentences.
Would Barbara, though? Why her?
Wait, not Barbara Bush. I'm sorry, I said that wrong, didn't I? Nancy Reagan.
Nancy
Reagan.
Okay.
That's who I meant. I don't like Barbara Bush, but I don't really have a death wish for her. Nancy Reagan! I hate that bitch.
Did we talk about this last week, about how she's an occultist? We did.
She is an occultist, but I just hate the bitch
funny.
because she's cost this country billions
with the war on drugs.
Oh my god! Not to mention, like I said, how many years of people's lives that she's actually just absolutely one-handedly destroyed.
Yeah.
Because of the mandatory minimum sentences, which was one of the dumbest things that has ever been imposed in judicial systems.
100%. You basically made the judge have a goddamn spreadsheet as to, like a times table where you have one up, like a number up here and a number down here, and you meet in the middle, and this is what you get. That's essentially how they're doing rulings. They weren't actually using common sense or case-by-case
You're taking all
basis.
the care and consideration and why a judge is a judge and not just a lawyer.
Exactly.
Why they're voted in to become a judge is because they're supposed to be the people that can understand this shit, compute it, and bring it back out to sentence.
Exactly.
You're taking away that power and just saying, this guy right here ended up trying to kill somebody, but couldn't do it, and was found with some crack. This guy over here was laying face down, just passed out with some crack. Both of them 15 years.
Yeah.
The dude that just about killed somebody and the dude that passed out
Because he was high on crack.
Yeah.
Just mind his
Both
own
of them,
business.
15 years. Because they had crack on them. Mandatory minimum sentence, 15 years. And the judge can do nothing about it.
Which is
funny. He has to say, this is on the record. He has crack.
Yeah.
15 years.
And the worst part about it is if they had had twice as much of that substance in the powder form,
cocaine, yep,
they would have half, if not even no sentence.
Yeah, they would have had a fine.
Yeah, exactly. Because
They've been on probation.
Rich white people do coke. Poor black people do crack.
You cut something in it so that it forms a little ball, and all of a sudden, mandatory minimum sentence.
Oh, 100%. Number 4, the Simcoe IPA got us on politically righteous rants.
You didn't answer my question though on who you would
that?
actually do it. I would fucking assassinate Nancy Reagan.
Nancy Reagan. If anybody in our country so it'd have to be either a political leader or somebody of that. Trying to think. That's a really good one because it's. Do I want to go with
hypothetical, mind you, hypothetical?
Yeah. Do I want to go with like the J.P. Morgan?
Oh,
something like that set up the Federal Reserve.
He's the dude that J.P. Morgan is also the douchebag that actually figured out the cut cost bullshit.
See, and that's
we could save 5 cents a day if we fire this dude.
Exactly.
And just split up his duties between everybody else.
And
he's the dude that basically improved and perfected the aspect of working everyone ragged, but just to the point where they could continue doing their duties. So instead of having a relaxed work atmosphere, you have to work as much as you possibly can to throw up the productivity, and if you don't give the productivity up, they'll find somebody else that will.
Exactly, and do it for fucking half the price usually.
He's also the first guy that in interviews asks everybody a personal question like, "What do you see yourself as?"
Goddamn grizzle. That's how
you know what I mean.
That's how I would answer that.
That whole thing. If you were a fruit, what fruit would you be?
Yeah.
That stupid question like that, or what are your weaknesses? He was the one that I guess perfected the questions in interviews to try to get psyche evaluations of what your answers were.
See, and that's why I'm throwing him out as an option. See, yeah, but see, my whole thing is like, do I want to go with the J.P. Morgan? Because if you do murder him, it's just one of those vacuums that nature's going to fill
Kissinger
with somebody. But he's not one of our own.
He's an American.
German.
He is an American. He gained citizenship by denouncing Germany.
See...
They gave him citizenship.
You know what's fucked up?
Otherwise, he couldn't work in the White House.
Because my first thought that popped in was Kissinger, but I'm like, well, he's not an American.
He's an American citizen.
Okay, we're gonna say American citizens.
I just said
I was
an American.
Fuck it, I'm still going J.P. Morgan.
Okay,
fuck it. Even though Kissinger is higher on the plate, but I'm going American.
I'm going to say Kissinger and Reagan were...
I'm not taking some goddamn enemy spy that we brought over, fucking Project Paperclip, some Nazi fucker. I don't know who the fuck he is, that Kissinger.
He has one of my favorite gangster quotes ever. You know it best.
What?
Henry Kissinger, how he says how they could get away from, or how they could get around the law.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
One of the best gangster quotes ever. Yeah. He was on tape saying it.
Yep, illegal we can do. Unconstitutional, might take some time.
Yeah. That is fucking gangsta.
That is gangsta.
That is fucking I fuck countries in my spare time gangsta.
Oh, dude, I can't.
That's some shit where you could walk up to a mafia don and say, "Suck my dick."
And just
I work on the big scale. You're still on the small.
Exactly.
I fuck dictators every day. I mean, seriously, Henry Kissinger is the kind of guy that could walk around and just go, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you." Do you know how many presidents have begged to speak to me?
Yeah. Have you seen the Rumsfeld interview that's on
Netflix
my god.
streaming? The known unknowns.
Oh my. I
had to shut it off for like 3-4 times and just walk away, or I was gonna punch my flat screen.
It was so funny is because I watched it with Andrea and I warned her before I even put it on.
I might have to go on in about a half an hour rant here.
But yeah, what's funny is because I got it on the disc because I didn't know it was on streaming. I got it like 2 days before they put it on streaming.
Yep.
So I got it on the disc and I open it up and I just go ho 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 ho, and she's like, "What?" I'm like, I just got a documentary that I absolutely cannot wait to watch, but I know it's gonna piss me off." And so we watched it. Like when it got to the 9/11 part, I had to stop and I just started screaming. I'm like, "Come on, Earl Morris!" What?
He did not ask him the questions I wanted to ask.
You glossed over the most important.
I think he did that on purpose, though, because that has been overplayed in this whole thing. He wanted to just get the stupidity out of the man that he could.
But how often do you get to interview the guy?
But how many times do you think he just went, I'm not going to answer that question?
Yeah, that's the thing. Access.
So you got to put on what you could get.
Yeah, it was a good documentary.
He said he interviewed him over 100 hours.
Yeah, it was good, but there was so many times where I'm just screaming. Like, what?
Yep.
Fucking liar. Call him out.
Yep.
Fucking liar. Or just,
you just said the opposite in your last sentence!
Exactly. And then when they always showed the old clips of him just so contentious and arrogant with the media, just treating them like sniveling little children, which they fucking were back then.
Oh, they still are. They still are. Nobody asks a fucking question. Otherwise, you don't get a ticket back to the show.
You can't be a crown sniffer, like not a crown sniffer, but a throne sniffer.
Yep.
As they say, throne sniffer, if you don't just fucking belly up right to them like, "Oh yeah, suck your dick." If you can't ask hard questions.
You don't get a ticket back to the show if you don't give them some kind of a, yes sir, no sir. I'll do a little
100%.
jig. So, yeah, I understand why they don't ask them the questions, because nobody can ask the questions. Because this day and age, people don't understand. They work for you! I know I've said this multiple times, people. Anybody listening, tell everybody you know. They work for you!
Yeah.
We pay their money!
And if you think there are political leaders, that's where you're fucking sadly mistaken. You expect these absent-minded sociopaths to lead you in progress? No. It's always grassroots leads the lemmings, which are the politicians. Granted, as soon as the parade gets going, they're going to be the assholes that jump in front of it and pretend they're leading it.
Damn straight.
That's what they do.
Yep.
But if you think that they're your leader, you're doomed from Jump Street. They're your servant.
Yeah.
If you don't tell them what they need to do, they're going to do what they want. And what they want is not going to be in your best interest. So you have to treat them as a servant and tell them and boss them around and fucking point them in the direction that you want them to put their energy in.
People still have to understand, and to the republic for which it stands. This is not a democracy.
Exactly.
This is a democratic republic state. Two totally different things. Democratic republic is not democratic.
Yeah.
It's not a true democracy. Democratic republic means you choose your local representatives. Your local representatives go to your state and to Congress. Congress, as well as the House, determines...
Well, House and Senate.
Well, yes.
As won their Congress.
Yes. Sorry. You understand what
I know, but just for the people that don't.
Yeah. They determine, because of the Electoral College, who the actual president is. There's 3 parts to the actual vote for president. The American public is 1/3 of that vote. America as a whole could vote for one person. And that doesn't mean they're going to make it.
Yeah, it could be completely different.
So, if you don't believe me, you can check out any of the shit about George W. Bush.
Yeah.
The American public said no. The Electoral College said
Sure.
Yeah, might as well give it a
which,
try.
honestly, it probably didn't. The only reason it did is the Electoral College didn't even say it.
Because the fucking voting
The
machines
Supreme
and shit,
Court
yes.
said it.
Exactly.
Daddy Bush's
Yeah.
appointed Supreme Court.
So it all comes down to the aspect of what is real law. Even congressional, even if you're going to look at constitutional law, can be bent, or at times dented enough for something to get by.
Oh, absolutely. And it's a good old boys network, like everything in this world.
Oh, hell yeah.
You got it in. Doesn't matter. It's not what you know, it's who you know, as they say.
Kind of like, how do you think the entire new generation has absolutely no idea that the Kennedys made their money bootlegging?
Yeah. Or the Bushes made their money trading with the enemy, a.k.a. the Nazis. So...
Also, a.k.a. everybody in the Middle East.
Yeah, exactly. And he was George W. Bush was running drugs, Zapata Energy, when he had that.
What do you think he was AWOL for?
Yeah, when he had that failing oil company when he first started out. Basically, what they were using
lost all the money, but he made it back somehow.
Exactly, they were
He
drilling.
bought his next company.
They were drilling dry holes, but what they were doing is they were using their platforms in the ocean to smuggle drugs through.
Yeah.
That's his daddy was
Really, because Daddy is a CIA fucking spook to begin with.
who was
Actually started the crack binge.
Exactly. And
So fuck that whole
a lot of
thing.
people say he was the CIA, squad leader for the assassination squad of Kennedy. There's a lot of evidence surrounding that too.
I still say I think it was a Secret Service dude that got a little too trigger happy and ended up shooting him right in the back of the head.
You think so?
Yeah.
That's a great theory because there is. I actually have.
It was an M16 that hit him right in the back of the head.
I heard, but there was. Some people have been saying that I just came across lately is that a driver in the front seat. Like, I think the driver.
He was
is the
trying
one
to
that
take his
shot him.
M16 out, and it went off, and it hit the president. Why do you think there's never, ever, ever, ever another case of an M16 coming out by the Secret Service? They don't want to be known to have that weapon. They don't use rifles.
So then they concocted this huge story because it was an accident?
No, he still got hit
With the death
by
blow?
somebody else. But a Secret Service guy hit him in the head.
That was the back and to the left? Is what they're trying to get
Yep.
at?
It was his own Secret Service guy that tried to get the weapon up. It went off. Just so happened to be the $1 million shot. That's what I think.
That's an interesting theory.
Otherwise, why would the Secret Service never use a long rifle again? That way,
No
if the weapon ever goes off, they can never say, well, we don't use long rifles. They only used them that one time. They used M16s. Same fucking weapon that they used in Vietnam.
So that was the first time they ever used that. So once again, there's an anomaly as the Secret Service doing something completely different on that day.
It was because it was too cumbersome a weapon for them to use. It went off in the line of duty without it being mastered, basically.
And so they just let it out that one day, and it just ended up
And they don't want to do it again. Because of the fact that they could be known, it's a bad call, it was a dumb thing, they just can't admit it because that would be admitting they're wrong. So they have to go along without it.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that theory, but...
You can do whatever you want. I'm just saying, that's my theory, is I really do think it was a complete and 100% accident that they can't admit to, otherwise they're douchebags.
True that.
Alright, so we got, what was it, the number 1 beer got us just, joking. Number 2 beer got us a little fucking weird.
Yeah.
Number
that is
3
true.
beer, we had another one of those just, lighthearted, not too much. It was a bit, but not too much. Number 4 beer, shit, we start going in just political, we should do this, we should do that, we should do this.
Do you think it's the Simcoe hops that are doing it, or just because we've had 4 beers and we're getting a little tipsy?
Yakima Valley assholes.
Oh, another one from Yakima. So let's read this description. This single hop IPA is brewed using only Simcoe hops that bring a distinct punch of grapefruit character and piney notes. The subtle malt sweetness helps balance and round out the concentrated hop character. As you said, growing region, Yakima Valley. So we're number 4 of 5. Well, technically 6, because then we gotta taste them all together in one brew.
So good.
But I really do like this Simcoe. I think the Yakima Valley fucking hop region is legit.
Number 3 was definitely my least favorite out of any of these.
The Hallertau Mittelfrucht.
Yeah, it's got... When they say earthy, they are correct.
That is
It
true.
really does. If you're going to look at it in that kind of aspect, it has more of like a mushroomy type... You know what I mean? Like, just that straight from the ground type taste.
That's what I thought about number 1. I thought it was a little too earthy.
And then you had number 3.
Yeah. And then number 4 now, then get on a political rant. So where's number 5, the Zeus hop?
Oh, this is my favorite. Out of any 5, this is my favorite. Let me read. This single hop IPA is brewed using only American Zeus hops, which create an intense... Oh, some condensation, sorry. An intense, piney, and resinous character. This brew leans strongly towards the hop character, but is balanced with the malt's sweetness.
All I have to say is...
Yakima Valley!
All these... Yeah, Yakima Valley, we need to go, foraging for fucking hops. Let's have a vacation in Washington.
Oh,
But all these a lot of these descriptions sound exactly the same.
this one is kind of strange.
Do they not?
This one is kind of strange.
When you read them all, they kind of have the same feeling to them.
Like Zeus, they don't give any kind of definition of what it is. They're just like, yeah, it's kind of
It's
hoppy.
the fucking gangsta of hops, dude. It's the Titan. From the Yakima. I wonder where Cascade hops come from. Probably
Not Yakima.
like Oregon, right?
I don't know.
Because if they came in the 48 latitude, they'd have them in here. Because the Cascades are a delicious hop. That's one of my favorite hops.
One of yours.
Stevens Point, the Point Brewery, has an amazing Cascade Pale Ale. So crisp, delicious. On a hot summer's day. Lordy, lordy.
Your mama sure does love your schooling.
It's like almost becoming a recurring joke on this podcast.
I know. It's because you keep saying the lordy lordy thing.
And it always comes to you with that, or what?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
That's my number one go-to when somebody says that. I'm an old dog, man. I use the same trick over and over.
Yeah. Alright, let me give this Zeus, the IPA, a little
Oh,
taster.
it's beautiful. Make your butt pucker just a bit.
Ooh. That's a strong little unit.
Damn straight it is.
That tastes like,
Hits you in the gut.
it almost has like a real more alcohol
Powerful.
kind of taste to it. No wonder you were saying
Fucking Zeus.
it'll get you fucked up.
Damn straight.
Get you
Wasn't
all
that
fucked up.
my
Dude,
actual text?
I gotta read it verbatim because Andrew, because I was driving when you texted me it, and Andrea read it to me, and she even just started out just laughing her ass off. It was so funny. It goes, I am definitely, and definitely is spelled DEFFINITLY. I'm definitely using Zeus hops in something. That shit'll get you drunk, bitch. And Andrea loved how you even spelled out shit'll, like SHIT apostrophe.
Oh, I put the apostrophe in there.
You added a couple of F's to the definitely.
Aw, dude, at that point I was done.
Yeah, obviously. That
I
was
did the
so
1
funny.
through 5, but before that I had some Oktoberfest that was already in the fridge.
That's so badass. That was great. Because that's
I
when
turned my predictive text off.
Because you got sick of it just making shit
Oh,
up.
hell yeah. So in this instance, it's just a matter of me being drunk happy thumbs.
And my auto text fucked me up when I responded to you, and you didn't even say anything about it. I basically sent you back AHA.
Oh, I didn't even want to, because
then-
I could barely read that. I was like, I don't even know what he's saying right
And
now.
then HAJJ.
Yeah.
Because I was just basically, ha ha ha. And I just corrected to that, and I'm like, well, he's drunk, so that'll work.
No, I saw it and I just went, I think he's trying to say something like LOL or I don't know, but
Yeah.
this just doesn't make any sense.
I know, because I just fucked it all up. And I'm like, well, he's shit-faced. He probably will read it right anyway.
I pretty much thought that it was a predictive thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I turned mine off, so if you get one of those definitely, or anything like that. It's just because I have happy thumbs.
Happy thumbs. But it fucking rained like a son of a bitch yesterday.
Yeah, it did.
You know what was the funniest part is we actually went out and tried to sneak in 9 holes at Sartell at about 6 o'clock. Ooh. Me, Kushel, or Brandon, Jana, Andrea, Oltz, and Spielman. So we had a 6 group. We had 2 carts, and then 2, like, Oltz and Spielman wanted to walk, so we just buzzed around with carts. We made it to hole 1, and we, basically played hole 1, and then we could see the front coming in just absolutely
you could see
fucking nasty.
It was just a wall, like a curtain that somebody pulled across.
Oh, it was badass. And there was this cloud that was just, like, growing and coming down, like it was just going to come.
I know the one you're talking about. My wife got fucked up about it.
I bet, because it was pretty badass.
The best part is she gets the storm anxiety.
Really?
And I keep trying to tell her, how many thousands of storms have you been through in your life?
Yeah.
How many of them have hurt you?
You're safe here.
So the laws of averages would say what?
Yeah, you're going to be okay.
Well, what if that... Because when I told her the laws of averages would say what, she goes, I'm about up. I'm like, about up to what?
Your time is up.
Yeah. And I went, about up to what? And she goes, well, the laws of averages, they would say that sometime it's going to happen, right? I went, yeah, sometime you're going to be in a bad storm. How many bad storms have you been in? Does that mean that you're going to be in a tornado or a hurricane or, anything like that? No. That just means you're going to be in a bad storm.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in the theory that the granite below us prevents us from getting nailed hard with any real severe weather. Sauk Rapids, on the other hand, don't have the granite. They got fucking destroyed. They were supposed to be the county seat. They
were supposed to be the state capital.
Fucking A, man.
At one point, Sauk Rapids was being looked at as the state capital.
Because it was a booming city.
Yeah, and then the tornado came, and everybody, instead of making
rebuilding
the shit over at Sauk Rapids, they moved across the river to St. Cloud.
And then St. Paul took us.
Yeah. I understand that aspect, but I don't think it really has anything to do with the granite.
Why not?
That would have to do with more like...
I believe in fairy tales.
That would have to do more like with the earthquake. And having a solid
But what about the magnetic
Having a
field?
solid granite bed like that in an earthquake would mean that it would break off in slabs, so you wouldn't have the kind of destruction like you would in L.A., where shit has sinkholes.
Yeah.
Where literally the entire...
Just goes into the ocean.
Where the entire state could just snap off at any moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, and don't get me wrong, if you're going to be looking at it in evolutionary terms or in worldly terms, there is a earthquake that's going to be hitting the middle part of North and South America, because there's a fault line that goes right down, but it's got so much weight on top of it.
Yeah, it's like some like weird, like almost Brazilian fault or some shit like that.
Land weighs more than water, though. So the one that goes down the fault lines there, it's got so much weight on top of it versus what happens out in the ocean. You got 3 miles of rock versus 3 miles of water.
Yeah.
Which one do you think is going to break first?
Yeah. But I mean, nothing's ever hit St. Cloud, and it's been around for how fucking long?
Yeah.
I think we're pretty legit. Because even Andrea has the same worries, but hers are a little more legitimate, because she grew up in southwest Iowa, fucking Tornado Alley. Uh-huh. So you got
top of it, yeah.
You know what I mean? So she's weird. She gets really weirded out by weather.
I don't understand it.
Because she has to. That's a real threat of getting sucked the fuck up and getting tossed around.
I don't really understand getting nervous or unwary about anything like that, though. And don't get me wrong, I have an irrational fear.
Of bears?
Yes. I don't think it's irrational, though. They can fuck you up. But that's neither here nor there.
Oh, that's definitely here.
Yeah, it is here. But I will say this, that the aspect of having the irrational fear of weather, no sense whatsoever. What are you going to do? Even if you get nervous, start running.
Yeah, no shit.
You're going to outrun the storm? Because that shit's only coming in at 60 miles an hour. So, go ahead. Get your fucking lead on it.
Yeah.
Where are you going to run?
We outran it We took our golf carts, Oltz hopped on the back of ours, Spielman hopped on the back, and we buzzed right the fuck back to the clubhouse.
And you're also not talking about a tornado chasing you at 60 miles an hour.
No, it was a storm front.
Yeah.
And it was rain. It was windy, though, sir.
I almost got completely wet.
Yeah, I had to yell the classic other Forrest
Gump. We gotta go!
No, other Forrest Gump.
Oh, you run Forrest around him?
Nope.
Okay, good.
Is that all you got? Blow, you son of a bitch! Blow! I had to.
Dan, you ain't got no legs. Oh. No, I don't understand being scared of the weather.
No, it looked beautiful. You should see the photos we got of the storm from coming.
I went outside. I checked out the skyline right after the rain. How it was purple and pink and all that amazing shit. And it wasn't because of pollution this time. It was because of high and low fronts that you could see different water positionings.
Yeah.
So you saw a blue, you saw a purple, you saw a pink, you saw an orange, and you saw the yellow with the sunset. It was absolutely gorgeous.
And the black of the clouds.
Yeah. It was absolutely gorgeous. And I actually called Leah out and I went, see, this is what you were scared of right here. When it comes in, doesn't it look a little intimidating? But when it leaves, is it not absolutely gorgeous? Because I'm going to say it, that was breathtaking. When it left, like you just said, you had that black that was just across the sky, and then you had that blue, that yellow, that orange, that red, that purple.
And it was sunny.
Oh, it just looked so good.
It was like a thunderstorm.
It was like one of the weirdest paintings you've ever seen in your life, where you just looked at it and went, that's got to be somebody's nightmare, somebody's heaven, somebody's everything all in one.
That's like Van Gogh on acid.
You know what I mean? It's the perfect description that you can say for life to begin with.
Yeah.
It literally is. It was somebody's heaven, somebody's hell, somebody's everything. Right there. Just staring back at you. And all you had to do was sit through the storm to see it.
That's an allegory for life.
BAM, bitch!
Oh, the number 5 gets you philosophical.
Zeus! What am I trying to tell you? It'll get you drunk, bitch. And it'll make you say some pretty groovy shit.
That's true. It's your philosopher's juice.
Damn straight. I'm going to tell my wife that. You gotta listen to this shit. I need some more Zeus.
I need philosopher's juice.
Yep.
A.K.A. the Zeus.
That's the beer name. Philosopher juice.
I should name a brew that.
Philosopher.
The philosopher's juice.
No, I just like philosopher.
Well, they have 3 philosophers that they already brew.
Son of a bitch.
I know, and it's a terrible beer. It's like 10% alcohol. It's a fucking beast.
I still don't care. The worst beer I've ever had in my life was Liftbridge.
Farm Girl? You still harbor that.
I really
That
do.
was the worst beer you've ever tried.
I've tried it again.
It's like a wheaty saison.
I've tried it again. I cannot stand it.
It is. I don't like it.
It tastes like something that you would just look at it and go, this is not right. This was gone. Like, I should have drank this last week because now it's bad.
That's awesome.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
I hate that shit.
I don't know. I haven't had any like absolutely terrible beers except for when you get into the saisons. Like that, where it tastes like wheat water, where it's like
I'm not a
water.
saison fan.
Oh, it tastes like farm shit.
Yep, I'm not a saison fan.
I can't do it. I need hops and malt.
Yeah,
not so much a lot of the weedy like barley bullshit. I don't like that. If it's cloudy, get it the fuck away from me. If it's dark, looks like tar, give it here.
Yeah.
Or if it's amber, anything like that. But if it's cloudy, it's either a fucking fruit beer or it's a goddamn
or that
beer.
Milky beer shit.
That fucking ugh. I know, I can look at a beer. That's how much of a connoisseur I am these days. And I can tell if I'm going to like it or not, just by the look.
You need some horchata.
Rum chata?
Horchata.
Oh.
I think that's what it's called. It's that Mexican drink.
Or it's like fucking milk and like rice milk or some bullshit.
Yeah. They put an alcohol in it.
Yeah, no thanks, dude. I don't want to be drinking yak.
I want to pee out my bunghole.
Yeah, that's fucking exactly what had happened, dude. Jesus Christ. Don't forget to cup the balls when you're drinking that shit.
Cup them. Lift them up so no splash happens.
Oh, splashy splash.
What?
I think at about an hour and 45 in, we're kind of petering out.
Yeah, no doubt. I think we're done with this one. We're getting to the point right now where we're cupping and lifting.
That is true. Well, we finished all 5.
We did. We're just on to the grand one, and I'm sorry, but you'll have to get your own pack if you're trying to have us describe it. You'll have to get your on pack to see what they all do together.
Amen. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fucking
Zeus!
Bing! Come
The revolution.